Hi, I'm Rebekah Ricks. I'm here at the Homeschool Connection with our brew. A brew is a mixture of people, events, or things that come together to form a more potent whole, and we want to make your whole a whole lot better. So of course, we're here with our cup of coffee, an extra large cup of coffee because it's an extra shot of espresso. As you can see, this cup is almost as big as my head, which means it's going to be a good cup of coffee. And we're going to do an extra shot of espresso. We're doing 1 John 4:4 is our verse of the day. And it said, "Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." And I really have been praying this week. And this verse has kind of spoken to me in a little bit of a different way. You know, it says, "Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them." Man, it's the end of the year, and I don't know, for us, it's the end of school. There's graduations, everything's come. That word overcome just kind of jumped out and grabbed me. Ye have overcome them. And you know what? There's so much. I mean, it's easy for us to become overcome. It's busy. I feel like I'm, sprinting every day. Like you get to the end of the day and you're out of breath and you're like, what just happened? And then you have to start over. It's easy to get overcome. I've been feeling particularly overcome with work and things to do, and I have a new baby, and like it's balancing everything in church and home and school, and it's easy to start feeling overcome, overwhelmed. There's too much that can handle. There's so much on our plate. It's so full. I was talking to some friends and we were trying to figure out a day that we could get together, and we don't even have a day on the calendar because every day there's something else, something more, something new. And I love being busy. I love that. But sometimes we get to the point where we're so busy, we do let it overcome us. We let it consume us. We let it take over our joy. And he says, "You are of God." We forget that God's there. You are God. And just like a little child, sometimes I feel like I'm a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. You know how you see a 2 or 3-year-old and they're tired and it's the end of the day and they're cranky and they're crying and there's just nothing you can do for them because they cannot be consoled. Well, they've become overcome. Well, that's what we are. But you know what? We have to remember that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. He was so much greater than we can even ever imagine. So much better than we can even ever think. When we become overcome, there's something greater than that for us. When we become overwhelmed, it's greater. Someone has something greater for us than that. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of encouragement, and hopefully you can remember that this week, that when you're feeling overcome, overwhelmed, that he's greater, that he that is in you than he is in the world. So hopefully, don't forget, take your cup of coffee, take an extra shot, take an extra big cup, drink some cup, and take a minute and remember that God's there for you. And greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And we can take that time and pause. And don't forget, you're not alone. We're here to help. And we'll be back Monday afternoon. Hope to see you then.